Here's the question that we've all been waiting for, a 30 marker from paper 1 on policies and achievements. So breaking down the question to see exactly what you need to do, highlighting the important words, it's asking you to apply material from the item, and usually the word item is in bold because they really want you to use it. That gives you hints and tips about what you could write about, but then you do have to develop it from your own knowledge as well, so you do have to revise, I'm afraid. You've also got to evaluate, so that might mean giving some possible strengths or even limitations of whatever the question is asking you to do. It's asking for the impact. Now, the impact is the knock-on effect. Knock-on effect of what? Well, let's read on further. The government policies, and aim to give a range of different government policies. Some are given in the item, but try to use some from your own knowledge as well. And what impact or knock-on effect do these have on inequality of achievement? So make sure that you're being explicit to achievement. You're saying this is causing them to pass, this is causing them to fail, and be very specific to the social groups that you're talking about. So these are class, gender and ethnicity. So getting the clues from the item now, we've got since 1988 in this item. Okay, so we're talking about the Education Reform Act that was introduced by the Conservative government, and according to the item, it's saying it's all about creating something called an education market. So we're looking here initially at marketisation policies. So you could even talk about what was the impact of marketisation policies on inequality of achievement of any social groups. So you could say with those education and marketisation policies, which created competition, it included publications of exam league tables and Ofsted inspection reports. You can then argue that some of those benefited middle class pupils because they could understand the league tables and they could find where the better schools were. You could talk about Gurwitz and the privileged skilled choosers, or you could talk about Bordeaux with cultural capital, and they're using that knowledge to find the best schools, and then they get the best results. The middle class then achieve a lot higher than others. You could also talk about how league tables and schools work hard to get to the top of the league table. So you could say that they use the A to C economy. Again, that disadvantages some working class kids. It also goes on to talk about widening the gap. And we've mentioned that already. Now, they weren't the only policies, because you've got some Labour policies, such as compensatory education, which are narrowing the gap. So you might talk about things like EMA. Now, don't forget to talk about other things, such as policies to do with gender and also class. And some notes to finish.